The goal of this video is to help you get the most amount of money spending the least amount of money when you go to sell your home. Let's get right into it. So this is going to be a house that we're putting on the market for some clients that moved out of the country. They were concerned that they were going to have to wait a couple months before they were back in town before they'd be able to clean up and do some minor repairs to the house. You can see here going into the kitchen, everything was super cluttered. So the first thing to do was to declutter. We spent about $600 doing that when other cost estimates were closer to $1,000. You can see this is after we've gotten everything decluttered. We've done a deep cleaning on the property and we've repainted the whole interior, guys. These are three things that are going to make a huge difference, and I don't think there's any clearer way to see it than looking at the before and after video. So this was the dining room, which was a bit of a kind of off bluish green color. We neutralized that, and you can see by having a white color throughout the whole house, everything feels a lot more light filled. Going back into the secondary bedrooms, these had some significant damage. We could see a patch in the wall right there. Everything was very cluttered and also had some more unique paint colors. You've got the purple room here, a fan favorite. So we neutralized all of this stuff. You can see looking down that hallway, feels like you have a lot more space. The rooms look a little bit more neutral, which is hugely important when you're going up against new construction. It's great to personalize your house and make it a home, but when you're going to sell, you want to depersonalize and make it less of a home and more of a house. You're selling a product. Here you can see we're looking at light bulbs, guys. One of the biggest, cheapest things that you can do is replace all of your light bulbs with the same type of bulb. You want something that's a high Kelvin, that's a bright white light as opposed to a more yellow light. That makes stuff feel more spacious and it really helps to contribute to the natural light. This is the primary suite. After we got everything moved out of there, there was a whole ton of stuff to move. My partner really helped out with the decluttering, which we got everything moved out in a day. Awesome effort. Kudos to you, Andreas. Really good work here. You can see here in the primary bath, there wasn't too much that we had to do in here other than to declutter. It was kept in pretty good condition because this was just for the parents. There weren't any kids or any dogs that were in here as there were in the rest of the house. But it makes a really big difference, and you can see the proof is in the pudding. Fresh light bulbs, clean countertops, and at the end we'll look at some of the listing pictures. All right, yeah, getting into the office. So office, super cluttered, had some pinholes to fix in the walls. Initially we weren't going to get this repainted, but our painter actually threw us a deal, and they said, well, we're out here, we'll be able to just repaint everything for you. So we got this repainted as well. And you can see in the after shot here, we didn't have the light on, but especially when you look at the photos, you can see how much more spacious it feels and how that really shows off the flooring that's in that office space. I think now we're just going to look at listing photos. So you can see it looks great from the outside. When you walk in, it feels so much more spacious. It feels really clean, and it looks a lot more like a new build, which is really important because there is a lot of new build construction that's available for buyers. So it behooves you to basically look as good as humanly possible. You can see here this final room. This was the fan favorite purple room before we got it cleaned and got it repainted. So all of these things make a huge difference when you're going to sell your house, guys. You need to deep clean, you need to declutter. You want people to be thinking about themselves in their house and not visualizing you still being in that house. And we move into our houses, we personalize them, put up photos of our families, we put up all kinds of stuff that when we're commoditizing it and making it into a product to sell, we want to remove all of that stuff. We want to deep clean, and then doing cosmetic things, paint, flooring, light bulbs. These are going to be three of the biggest things that you can do and get the most money back. One of the other things that we did is we had all of the windows professionally soft washed. That makes a really big difference, especially when buyers that are looking at your house are also comparing your house to new builds where everything is brand spanking new. So this is about an 8-year-old house, and the difference between the way it looked after we got the windows cleaned, especially with us shooting HDR photography where you can see all the way to the backyard from the inside and the outside is in focus. This makes a really big difference in making your house feel like new. Paint, we know that we get a 48-cent return positive return on any dollar that we spend. So you're getting almost $1.50 back for a dollar that you spend on paint. So for this house, before working with us, the seller had been quoted over $10,000 to paint the interior. We got the full interior and all of the trim board painted. We got holes patched. We got all the pinholes patched and fixed up. And we did that for $6,010. So pretty massive saving of almost $4,000 right there. To declutter and remove everything from the house cost $600. And then to do all of the deep cleaning, which included carpet wash, which included cleaning all of the tile flooring in the kitchen and living area, that was about $600 as well. So $6,000 plus $600 plus $600, you have about $7,200 in that, plus a couple $100 to have all of the windows cleaned. For let's say $7,500, you have the house looking go from looking very lived in to looking almost like a new house. Guys, this is the kind of stuff that makes a massive difference when you're going to sell. One other way that you can really stretch your budget when you're getting your house ready to go on the market is to focus on landscaping. Landscaping and curb appeal is the first thing people see when they show up at your house, and it's the last thing that they see when they leave. So it's really important to make that look good. Clean up all of your beds out front, put fresh mulch in them, make sure the trees are trimmed up, and you will absolutely get a positive return on investment for fixing up your landscaping and curb appeal. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash all of the buttons, and I will see you in the next video.